I've said, and Dr. Devasis, our district secretary foundation, Dr. Elambam, and all assistant governors, zonal coordinators, and the presidents. Because couple of days back, there were certain developments in the district. So we thought, why not to, everybody be appraised of the situation, what is there, exactly what is our priority in this year. There were some of the activities, probably I won't say exactly that those things, those priorities, if you can, divert our attention, because I'll come to exactly one by one point. At first, I must congratulate all the assistant governors, zonal coordinator and presidents for giving me support in the, the first day itself. On the first day, we have inducted almost 200 members. This is a history in the offering in the 3240, and tremendous support you have given. And on 17th, 18th, we had plantation within ourselves because of the COVID situation, we cannot move out. We are doing in our own premises, indoor or in a household, and where it is possible. In my place, we did it in our own community center. So there was a plantation of we across the district. We have taken this project, and I really am amazed how you have helped me. All Rotarians has joined the bandwagon to make our planet Earth, Mother Earth green. That's a huge responsibility of each one of us. You have done it. Very good. I congratulate, and definitely we are going with the other projects. Friends, today I have called this meeting to appraise quite a few things. One is the Rotary Foundation, and one is called 3240 District Foundation. There are two foundations. We always, some people may get confused, then what are those foundations? One is, never call it, it is called not Rotary District 3240 Foundations, and they have got a one trust, they are trustees there, trustees shares, all. It was created in 1997-98 Rotary year, and the TRF adjust, it started in 1917 by Arsclum. So this is the where only $26.5 of that leftover money of the Kansas Convention that was probably kept for as an endowment money, and that has gone to now around 2.5 billion. Exactly, the RFC will tell what is the exact value of our foundation. Friends, the TRF is something different, and the polio fund, and these are all there. 2 or 3 things I like to share here. First and foremost is how the World Fund is being depleted last couple of years, last 2 years. Probably one of the things, probably one fact, the global grant, this district grant and global grant started in 2013 and 14 year. That time we had around 432 projects that costing RI around 31 million US dollar. And this year, this gone up to 2021, last year, it gone up to 1,683 global grant projects, costing around 120 million US dollar. We have spent around 31 in 13 and 14. That has gone up to span around 120 million US dollar. There is a 400 times in by the World Fund. In above that, around 35 million US dollar was used for COVID related plans last year. This was because the COVID situation comes suddenly, we had to part some money, some global grants has to be there. So what has happened? This has happened that the shrinkage our foundation, our Rotary Foundation. when we see our contribution exactly into the annual program fund, in 13 and 14, it was $116.6 US million, $116.6 million US dollar. In 19 and 20, it came to $123.6 US million. There was an increment of around 6%. Whether there is, if you see the other way around, there was the exactly around 400% increment in the spending, and the other way around, there was a, I mean, what contribution is only 6% increasing. This is a very, very, state of spares red alert sign probably for the World Fund. That's why from 1st July, the whatever DDF we give to the any global grant project, they will be matched only with 80%. Like previously, we used to get around 100%. Suppose I pay from DDF 100, and I'll get it from around the World Fund only 80. It was previously 1:1, 100:100. Now it has reduced. Again, if you see the APF, because any APF you contribute this year, after 3 years in the Nilesh time, or I don't know, the Nilesh time, probably it will come back to us around 47.5%. Previously, it was 50%. Now it is 47%, 0.5% will come back to us. That has also been reduced. And the other things, what is that? Suppose there is a global grant, any clubs you take, you have some cash contribution. There was a 0.5. When you give 100 rupees, you get a 50 rupees from the World Fund. That is withdrawn. So there is some warning bill. There is a fund crown 6 day in the World Fund. Every Rotarian of my district, all over the world, must understand what is the state of affairs now in the World Fund. That's why I'm putting my stress on that. And next, I'd like to apprise few of the things. I mean, like the polio. And some of the members advocating the why not we give to the polio, because in our special days, like I appeal all my Rotarian friends, why we got to give to the, our special days. I have asked everybody, requested, give around 26.6 US dollar, $26.6 in an event. That comes around 2,000 rupees. To the APF, and that will how you help. Whatever we give, that 26, all members, suppose all members we give, all Rotarians of the district, up from that probably around 47.5% will come back to us after 3 years. That is the that you must have understand. Number 2, every president has got the ability to make your club EREY. To make a club ERY, minimum contribution of members, of all members should be 25 US dollar. So we are giving $26.6 on our days event, because all Rotary members, they have got their special days, birthday, anniversary. You don't have to ask again separately. So if you give it that an annual fund, that will help us to make our clubs ERY. Because ERY, every member has to contribute 25 US dollar, number 1. Number 2, the per capita contribution to APF has to be $100. So if we can fill these 2, we can have a ERY, category that recognition we can get it from the RI. Number 1. Number 2, when you give it, there is a tax benefit. 80% tax benefit is there. So there is whenever you see this one, that you get a soul satisfaction on your special day. You can spend a lot of money on your birthday celebration or anniversary celebration, a lot of money. Why not at least 2,000 rupees to APF on that day? This is my earnest appeal, because the warning bill is there, that there is shrinkage of the World Fund all over, a world headquarters, there is a shrinkage of the fund. So it is our abundant duty of each Rotarian to strengthen our Rotary Foundation. So my aim, this year probably, and not probably, my aim is this year is annual program fund contribution. I appeal all the Rotarians, forget about 3240 because as you know, this is the first time I have kept in the budget $100, 100 rupees per member, not $100. I'm sorry, 100 rupees per member. We have got around 3,350 members. So I am giving 3.53350 lakhs to the 3240 foundation. This was never this was never, I mean, done in previous years. I am giving around 3.5 lakhs to our own foundation because 32 foundation is our heart, because they are giving so many things. So we are giving money. In above that, there people are contributing, say 10,000, 20,000. If that be there, then how can they do? Because this is the COVID time. Our focus has to be APF, Annual Program Fund. Then I am thinking that we have to do that. Number two, whenever think about the polio, you know, France, last year what happened? One milestone we have crossed. The polio has been, I mean, polio, WHO has certified African region polio free in the early 2020. That's the thing. There are around 6 endemic region identified by WHO. They are around, and you know, our Southeast Asian region, we are polio free from 2014. We do not have any polio cases, number one. Number two, polio is endemic only in 2 countries. Only 2 cases is there, only one in Afghanistan, one in Pakistan. And it's a very heartening that the last 24 weeks, there are no cases of wild polio transmission reported from either of these 2 countries. This is a very, very heartening situation. So again, what we are doing? By WHO contemplated that by 2023, oral polio vaccines will be withdrawn because oral polio vaccine is a live vaccine. When you give a live vaccines like COVID transformed to Delta wave, something, beta wave, what is there? Exactly these viruses, they have got a tricky. This live virus we are giving as an oral polio. And that live virus neurotransmission, again, they transform and affect people, even the normal people. After giving oral polio vaccines in a SAT, probably 300 people, I mean, had the vaccine-derived polio. It is not that serious, but they have affected. Because the AIDS, the immune deficiency disease day by day increasing in the world, because of our own socialistic behavior, I won't elaborate that. And this is increasing, AIDS is increasing. So if we give oral vaccines to these children, there is every possibility that they will become again neurovirulent and they will be again vaccine-derived polio paralysis and circulating polio virus is there. So WHO is contemplating to withdraw oral polio vaccines from 2023, number one. What is our role will be? Our Rotarians' role will be this year, I mean, next year, because you know the government of India has started a fractional polio vaccine injections. It's a very, very technically, I mean, technically is high standard vaccines. It is given the right term in an intradermal. What is that called? Very superficially, it has to be technically sound and has to give 0.1 ml. When we are giving the oral injectable polio vaccine last couple of years, around 15 years, as Dr. Devas is a pediatrician, I am also a pediatrician, doing that. We are giving around 1 cc. That 1 cc can be given to the 10 children with a fractional dose. And that gives you 99% protection against polio. So government is coming with that. So we have to, what our role will be advocate to strengthen the routine immunization project now. If we can give the routine immunization to all babies below 5 years, around 85%, 90%, then there will be no polio cases. The wild polio, I mean, circulation will be stopped. We can, our children will be saved. And other important is that when we give oral polio, we are giving oral polio. All the Rotarians we are giving last so many years oral polio. But oral polio, if you give thousands times also, it gives only 70% protection, not 100%. Unlike the injectable product vaccine, which with the government is coming up, WHO is coming up, fractional IPV or injectable polio, that gives you only around 99% protection. That has to be, every Rotarian has to realize. So our focus has to be on the polio. Polio is there, we'll be doing, because we'll be observing our success story to the community in World Polio Day. That is on the 24th October. I request all the Rotarians, all the club presidents, and all the assistant governors, zonal governors, let us have, focus on that day. That day will go to the public and ask them to contribute, because this is success story of the Rotary. Then we got to share in the public. We get a mileage over there. And we can do that. If we can do that, we can have, I think we have got a target around 15,000 US dollar this time. Probably we can exceed on that, because everybody effort has to be there. We have to go to the community. If we can do that, definitely there will not be fun crafts or any other ways we'll be doing. And as a district governor, 3240-2021, my earnest appeal to all state governors, all zonal coordinators, all presidents, let us focus on LOL program fund to strengthen our own World Fund. Because if we are not doing that, our World Fund will definitely hamper. It will be really a problem for us in days to come. And we must realize this APF that comes back to us 3 years down the line, around 47.5% to spend in our own community. It gives, besides giving 80%, it is a tax benefit and whatnot. You can make your club EY. Those are things I have to share, and I earnestly request all the presidents, go to your club, see the roster, who are the donors exactly. Let us find out the donors who are giving, PSF level 3, level 4. Let us try to make them major donors, number one. Number two, let us have more PSS and PSF. If we can make some PSF in the clubs, at least 10 or 20, and at least one major donor per club. Think about, we have got 100 clubs now. Of course, we have got 99 clubs. Think we can have, major donors all across the district. Let us try, why not? We can achieve that. And we have to, because there is a warning sign from the World Fund that we have to strengthen our own fund. And we must realize, every Rotarian, that Rotary Foundation is our foundation, and we have to give it to the foundations, whatever we can do. And I request all you, focus on PSF, PSS, and major donors. If we can do that, probably that will help us. And with this, my priority in this year, I do not say we should go sway to other place like polio or 3240. My focus this year will be only APF. And I must congratulate, and I must request you to realize that what is the position of the World Fund at this moment. And when you have to contribute, just contribute generously to APF, Annual Program Fund. If we can do that, then definitely it will help us to achieve the target of around 4 lakhs, what we have mentioned. And that will really help. And then each Rotarian will be satisfied because you are giving to do something good in the world. With this, I welcome you again. My priority will be this year, Annual Program Fund, Annual Program Fund, Annual Program Fund. Now, may I request our ARRFC, who has created history in the district 3240. He has done it. He is a doyen of service. He is assistant Rotary Regional Foundation Chair, past district governor Devashish Das, and he will explain why, how, and what are the updates in foundation he will tell. May I request our PDG, Dr. Devashish, to deliver your speech, your thoughts.
Thank you. Thank you, District Governor Mohan. You have basically made things very simple. Like you have already dealt on the topic which we were supposed to discuss today evening. But I shall give all the members in a nutshell. Like whatever you have spoken, I will also deal with all those, but on a slightly different note. Let me welcome again all the members for this special meeting, which our District Governor, dear District Governor Mohan has called for. For the simple reason is the confusion which is there amongst all of us. I also get the WhatsApp messages, and all of you must be getting the WhatsApp messages every day. And in a span of only 20-25 days, we have a lot of confusion of where should we contribute. Now, let us not go into the contribution part. Let me tell you, why do we need to contribute also? Let us clear our thoughts on the reason why we need to contribute. Mohan has rightly mentioned about few things. We will take only 2 years, 2013-14, 2019-20. 2020-21, we will not keep now because these are all interim reports. So we do not have the correct figure till now, but 2019-20 are the figures with us. So we can deal with this. And I would suggest that all the members, let us all be interactive. You have anything to ask, anything you want to, at least with Danny around, we can have an interactive session also. Language should not be a barrier. Let us think that if you want to speak in Bengali, if you want to ask me a question in Bengali, Assamese, Hindi, anything, let us have this interactive session to understand why giving is so important. Now, our district governor has very clearly mentioned 2013-14, and which I'm going to take it as the base year when global grants and all started. And I'm not going to discuss about the world, what was the number in the world scenario. I will just take into account the Indian scenario. Friends, in India, think of it. 6.3 million were given in 2013-14 for global grants in India only. In India, I'm talking about India. Let us not confuse with the world. Let us think about our country. 2019-20, 28.4 million. Think of it from 6.3, 28.4. So around 5 times increase in the global grants which we did, which we got from the Rotary Foundation. But friends, think of this figure also, that in 2013-14, we contributed 7.2 million in the annual program fund, and 2019-20, we have gone down to 7.1. Is this fair? I just ask you to think once, is it fair? We want to receive everything, but we do not want to give. In 13-14 to 19-20, in a span of 7-8 years, we have taken away more than 5-6 times of the grant, but contribution wise, we have become lesser. Is this wise? So this is one aspect which I want to put a parallel to the whole thing. And the whole topic will be discussed with only in these lines. Some of the figures which I got for 2021, sometimes I feel bad for my zone. Remember that district 3240 falls in zone 6. Zone 4, zone 5, zone 6, zone 7, we have 4 zones. The contribution of zone 6 in the country is the least in 2021. We are lucky that zone 4, 5, and 7, they have contributed quite nicely. And this is the reason why India's contribution is at least showing a marginal figure of whatever our goal was. We have not reached that goal, but at least 85% has been achieved. For 2021, zone 6, to which our district belongs to, we have faltered in giving. Why is DG Mohan asking for annual program funding? He has his reasons. As I said, our contribution to the annual program fund, if it goes down, a day will come, it is not going to get any of the global grants. I feel sorry sometimes for DG Mohan. How much money has he received in his kitty? When I see the available DDF in our district, it is a small amount of 55,959. I ask you all, if 55,959 is his amount which he has received, which is around 56,000, out of this 56,000, half of it he can utilize for district grant. If you have a pen and paper, just calculate. Out of 56, if you divide by 2, it will come to around 28. Multiply that by 75. It is hardly anything for the 99 clubs to get anything from a district grant. So who is the sufferer? We are the sufferers. I was lucky because I could get some amount of money from my predecessor Rintu Gohan Yogi, a good amount. But Mohan is not so lucky. Mohan has been, you can say, I feel very sorry to say that with 56,000 in his kitty, what is he going to do? And why has it become like this? Because our predecessor did not think about the collection which was needed so as to see that Mohan does his work properly. We cannot be selfish also. It is not that Mohan is collecting money for himself. If you all collect it for him, 3 years down the line, someone else will be benefited. Friends, let me be very, very clear on one thing. If you go by the records of our history of the foundation giving, it's very sad to see that 20% and below, you can say, are the Rotarians who contribute to the foundation. All of you are leaders here. Can you not see that in your club, what Mohan has requested, $26.5 per member on their birthdays and anniversaries, if they could give to the foundation, not only your club can think of becoming an EY also, but it adds to our foundation. Why is it that only 20% of our Rotarians in District 3240 contribute to the foundation? Have you realized I was trying to find out the number of Rotarians who have contributed in 2021. Out of the 3,200 Rotarians, it is a small number of 636 Rotarians who have contributed. Where are the others? Out of 3,200, hardly 636 people have contributed. It has to come from within. And if Mohan is asking for only 2650, which is a small amount of 2,000 rupees on the birthdays and anniversaries to be given to the annual program fund, our kitty also, our fund increases. 3 years down the line, someone is getting benefit. And he also has a figure to show at the end of his year. I'm sure all of you know that Mohan has given a commitment that 4 lakh is his commitment towards the annual program fund. 4 lakh. The small part, whether it is 10,000 later for polio will come up, but 4 lakh US dollars he has committed to the Rotary Foundation. So it is our duty also to honor his commitment. And it is not easy that we can manage 4 lakh if only 20% of the Rotarians of our district give. It is not possible. All of you, whoever is here in this meeting, should take forward this message of Mohan, spread it to all the club members, spread it in your club, that on your birthdays and anniversaries, please contribute 2650 to the annual program fund. We are fighting basically a losing battle now with the World Fund depleting so much. Clubs matching for a global grant will not be matched anymore. Cash contributions will not be matched. When you give from your DDF also, it is not 100% matching. Why are all these things coming up? Why are all these restrictions coming up? Because our World Fund is gradually shrinking. It is shrinking so much that ultimately a day might come when we might not be in a position to do the global grants or the district grants. 3240 Rotary District 3240 Foundation, friends, is a total different entity. Mohan is explained to you. When we have in our pocket enough, no one is stopping you. You are at liberty to give that into that 3240 Foundation. Mohan has been very categorical when he said 100 rupees is being collected from the district dues. On top of that, if you want to give, none of us would stop you. As long as you contribute something to the APF, then do anything. We do not mind, we do not feel the pinch then. Polio is our priority, no doubt. But again, whatever Mohan has mentioned, we are at the, you can say, like a time when gradually polio is going to be eradicated from the face of the earth. We are going to definitely give, but not up to the extent that the annual program fund shrinks to a level where we are not in a position to do anything. Friends, last year in 1920, we gave a huge amount to polio. It's not that we didn't give. 150 million we have given to polio. Whereas to the annual program fund, 95.6, not even 100 million. No doubt when polio is eradicated, the money will be shifted back to the World Fund. But how are we going to do any of the work, any of the programs which the Rotary Foundation does, if our contribution to the annual program fund becomes negligible. I think let us at least try to think that annual program fund should be our priority. We will definitely keep polio in our mind. It is not that we will not keep polio in our mind, but at least 3240 foundations thing also, when we have good amount in our hands after giving to the annual program fund, think of putting it. We are not discouraging it, but at least think for the benefit of the Rotary Foundation. Let us have a proper interactive session. When you have any questions, let it not be a monologue from me and Mohan, but let it be an interactive session so that we can take up more issues then. I think, thank you, Mohan.
Thank you, PD Reverses. Now we have got a session, interactive sessions.
Yes.
May I request Danny is there? Danny. Dr. Danny?
Yes, I am here. I'm here. Yeah.
Starting at the interactive sessions, whoever raises hand, we can allow them to talk. And here we'll be taking part with ARRFC, Dr. Devasis will be there. Our district foundation, secretary, district foundation, Dr. Elamba will be there, myself will be there. And I open the floor for questions to the older. If you have got any doubt, anything you want to say, please speak. May I ask all the Rotarians, whoever today we have gathered exactly last, anything, and you want to know why we are doing that, please ask your questions, and we'll like to have an interactive, because this should not be a, monologue. We shouldn't go on delivering English, and that is not there, so we do not say. Since my paths and editors, I started this way, and this should be the, call of the day. Danny, please see. Please, raising hands and who will ask questions. Please see.
If anyone is there, you can raise your hand.
I would like to ask a question. Satvik,
Satvik, go on.
Good evening, respected Rotarians, district officials. I would just like to ask, like every year, the DG comes out with a scheme like for PHF, matching scheme. Like last year, it was $300 and matching. So like, have you decided something for this year? Some of the presidents have been asking, so that we can inform them and start working in collecting the TRF and making the PHF also. Thank you.
I think this has not been circulated, Sadvik, but we took a very conscious decision, you can say, of not matching 30, 70 or anything of that sort. DG would be in a better position later, but we took a decision that it should be 50-50. Do not bring down the name of Paul Harris like this by reducing, by giving a matching. It ultimately brings down the, you can say, the stature of Paul Harris. What has happened is, let me give you one small example of, like, during the training, what was mentioned. Suppose you are collecting $300 from a member, and you have seen that you have managed to get around 100 members. How much are you collecting, Sadvik? You are collecting $30,000 US.
Yes.
If my target was 500, and if I could have motivated another 100 people, my amount which I would have generated is 50,000.
Right.
So the collection wise also, by doing this matching, it has been seen that the amount collected has not, you can say, increased in the Rotary Foundation, whereas people have felt, the trustees have felt, the many others in, you can say, in the board of the Rotary International felt that we are bringing down the stature of Paul Harris by doing this matching. Now we are thinking about 300. There are places where with 100 also you have matched. There's nothing, no contribution for the member, but the person is a Paul Harris. So these things should be discontinued. And for Mohan, he also has got this from the trustee and the meeting which he had. to initially start with 50-50. I think DG can clear any other doubts if Sadvik has.
Yes. PDG Sadvik also, we have discussed this in a foundation committee meeting that day, a few days back. And everybody is opinion that we have to matching should be 50-50%, not anything, I mean, lesser than that, because we do not want to demean the STSR or the PHL. That is, we are very categorically, everybody said we are giving, we are not going down. Suppose we are going to a fish market. They say this kg around 30 rupees, 50 rupees. We do not go there. We have to think we are a Rotarian, by. First, we have to have our own practice. Why we got to do that? No bargaining sort of things. I strictly say this, that we'll go with 50-50%. This one, as we have agreed, all the trustee, all the PDGs, they were there exactly that day. And when we have agreed on that, let us stick to that. Will it be sufficient, Sadvik?
Right, DG sir, I support and I'm very happy with the decision you have taken. And that is the most wise and best decision, to stick to 50-50 at 500%, $500. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Next, we have Rotarian Kiran Kayan.
Sir, today.
Yeah, please go on. Yeah.
Today, our secretary's birthday is there. She want to donate 26.5. So please suggest me where to donate and how to donate.
Yes. PDJ, Devasis, will you do that for me? Dr. Devasis.
You are the right person. We have already asked that each and everyone to contribute to the annual program fund. Kiran, I would like you to contribute to the annual program fund now. And it should not be the end, Kiran. Like
no, sir,
you said you are...
Today, I only guided her to do that because she wanted to donate 2,500. She told me to donate it.
Thank you, Kiran. Can I interpret here, Kiran? Probably we encourage all the members to register themselves to the Rotary India. I mean, Rotary, www.myrotary.org. When we register, there is a column will come, donate. And Danny will be giving the, Danny, are you there? Exactly. Can you hear?
Yes, I'm here.
He's there.
Kiran, just give me a call and I'll guide you. Or it's very simple. I think Dr. Alembam has already given that information in the group also. So you go to My Rotary, if you just log in there, and there on the top right, you will see donate. Just click on donate and it's very easy. If you find any problem with that, you can either call me or Dr. Alembam and we will guide you. No issues with that.
Sure, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I am thinking of insisting all the members to do that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Definitely. Thank you.
Thanks.
Then Amanda.
Can the payment
made Amanda
through credit card?
Yes, you can donate through credit card also.
Yeah, no problem. Credit card is allowed nowadays.
Yes.
Credit, debit.
Yeah, Amanda.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah.
My question is more of a clarification. If suppose I have members in my club who are willing to become PHF, do they still need to donate the 26.5 on their anniversary? If they are willing to go all the way for the, PHF, full PHF?
Yes, Amanda, this is how we are planning, because to become 100% participating club in that foundation, every member has to contribute $25 minimum. Then every member contributes 25, then it becomes a contributing, 100% contributing club. Okay. And that way, that is there exact where if you want to give, I am asking these only in their special days, only their anniversaries, only their on birthdays. Why not do something to the, go to the wall? Why not give something to support our foundation on our those days, special days? Then that's what we have appealed at. And if you in above that, you are at liberty. How much you want to give to the foundation is at liberty. This is the year because this is the honor spell day. Suppose your anniversary is on 26. Why not give something on your, from your, I mean, celebration account? Give something to the founders also. That's what my idea was that.
So, over and above the $1,000 that I'm going to give, over and above the $1,000, do I still need to give the 26.5 also?
Yeah, that will be included. You can, that will be included. Overall, it will be included there also. If you give in your anniversary or day, and when you see the contribution, if it comes to the $1,000, you'll become the PHF. No problem on that.
I think what she's asking.
I'm just giving the clarification. Amanda, you are asking that if say you are today planning to donate $500 because it is your anniversary, $1,000 or whatever. Yeah. Because it is your anniversary, then you don't need to give that 26.5, separately.
Yeah.
Okay. So what the governor means is that everyone should give a minimum amount of 26.5. Anything above that, yes, you are always welcome.
Okay.
That's good.
All right. Thank you, Danny. Thank you. Thank you, Vijay. Thank you.
Yeah. There is a question from AG Jonate, Dr. Anjana. She's asking, contributing to the World Fund versus annual fund, what are the merits and demerits as far our district DDF is concerned? I think the Devashish
will be better person to answer. Yeah.
See, Anjana, like your annual program fund, let us be very, very clear. The amount which we collect, whatever we are collecting, like suppose Subhashish has collected till date 278,481 in the annual program fund as of today. 278,481 is the collection in the annual program fund. So this annual program funds, the distribution which will come up. Before it was 50%, it used to come as a DDF. Now it will not come. It will be 47.5%, which will come as a DDF after 3 years. Now, what will happen to the amount which will come after 3 years? That let us not discuss about this one. 278,481 is the collection. 47.5% will be kept for your district. Okay. So that just calculate 280 is half. Suppose 140 is coming for your DDF. 140, where is it going? 140 will be kept by the World Fund. It will be kept there. You are not getting it now. It will need for some other programs and all in the other places. You are getting half of it for your own district. After 3 years, the rest which is there, it is stored there. I think you are getting clear, Anjana?
Just wanted to inquire one thing is that there is an option you can directly donate to World Fund. So that will not include it, that will not come to, it will go to directly to World Fund.
Yes, that will see, like when you give it to the World Fund, the problem will be that if you are not giving into annual program fund, that is the only fund which will give you the chance for your district to get something.
Yes.
So this is the problem when you are contributing even for the endowment fund also. Suppose I have an endowment fund, I have given, but is my district getting the benefit? The district is getting the benefit only in terms of the interest which the endowment has generated. Okay. So, as I said, Mohan has got an amount of only 55,000. After a few days, he will get an interest of the endowment funds of hardly another $2,000 or $2,500. That is the interest from the endowment fund. And an amount from the rollover if anything is rolled over from Subhashish. So that will be his total thing in his kitty. World Fund will left from the World Fund, we will not get anything.
So it's what I feel that we should contribute more to the annual fund so that at least some will come to our district for our benefits.
Anjana, that is if we directly contribute to the World Fund, it is not coming to us again to utilize in our income. That is the thing.
Okay. Can I take this?
Yeah. Elamam, yeah, you can.
Yeah, Anjana, to be very simplified, whenever you donate to the World Fund, it is not going to come back after 3 years.
Yes, I know.
This will be spent elsewhere in the world. But if you donate in APF, 47.5% is going to come back after 3 years. So whatever, even if you donate $100, whatever left over will go to the World Fund. So as Mohan has rightly said, as consented to APF, which is going to serve both purposes, either World Fund or Annual Fund. Thank you.
Yes, 50-50.
Yeah.
I think either Devashish or Elambang can take it. This is just for the clarification. Like, what is the basic difference between World Fund and APF? I think it will clarify to the presidents more. And if we contribute to the polio fund, does that money come back? Is it same for contributing to APF and polio fund? So what are the merits and demerits for that also? Like what are the pluses and minuses when you take it vis-a-vis to the district fund?
Yeah.
See, polio also, when you contribute to the polio, it is not coming back to us. Please remember that when you give those 2 drops of polio vaccine, the vaccine costs you 60 cents. So 2.5 billion expected children who have been vaccinated. So you give the polio money to that polio fund to see that those children are getting vaccines basically, because 60 cents is the cost of manufacturing that vaccine. So polio fund also, when you give the polio fund, it's going for some other cause. It's not coming back to us. The only money, and that too also, you can say, let us think that it comes half. Half is the only one from the annual program fund. From nowhere else can you get this. So that is the reason why we are stressing on donating to the annual program fund, so that you can get something out of it for the district.
Denny, is it all right?
Thank you, Devashish. Yeah. Anyone else?
Yeah. It is to Dr. Devashish. Actually, during 13-14, I have seen you have taken up a global grant in your area. So just direct question, how difficult to get the international partner? I just want how difficult to get an international partner.
Difficulties are always there, international partner, because unless and until you have context, it's difficult, of course. So what to say, like even in 1920 also, we got the international partners. You need to be connected. You know, like nowadays with the social media so much in place, I think that should not be a problem. You know, like if we are in the district, for example, the Rotary Club of Durgapur Central manages to get a global grant every year. Of course, it could be that the international partner, they have a single international partner. That is different. They do the global grants every year. Our past district governors are also pretty well connected. It's not that they're not well connected. They're all connected. If you think about the cardiac surgeries which we did, or the dialysis center, someone or the other from USA is also there to help us. The guys from Singapore, they were supposed to come and do something, but because of the pandemic could not do so. It is not difficult, you know, like, and especially so with the social media being so active these days. Have you tried putting up in the showcase or the Rotary projects? If you try, you will definitely find someone or the other. Of course, the other person also has to be interested in your project.
Yeah.
Because we should try, you know.
Yes.
Because we are all there to.
We have got a, I mean, PDG Ashok is also District International Service here is there. He is a resource person. We can contact him also. That we can utilize his service also on this way. Is not it, Dr. Devasis?
Yes, yes.
Ashok, the PDG is there. He can also help us on that. Anything? I mean, Anjana now? If there is
just I have seen long back in the year probably 13, 14 onwards. I'm trying to find out where the other clubs showcase their project, and then there I have found in some of the website they have given their projects and seeking for partners. This is not a Rotary like Rotary.org. Some different websites. So exactly, if the district can help us, so what are the sites where we can, other than the Rotary showcase, Rotary.org, we can showcase our project? Because I have seen heart-to-heart project in some website seeking for partners. So that's why actually I just wanted to who have some idea about where some district they have got some sites you can apply for their other district. I'm not talking about the international district. There also you get a chance to showcase your project, or you can apply for an international partner. I just want help in this regards from the district or foundation share that where we can, other than Rotary.org showcase, where we can put our project so that it is easier to get an international partner. So I need that help.
Yeah, Anjana, in that regard, probably Rotary India CSR fund is also coming up in a big way this year. CSR fund that has been created, that is probably most people, and there are leaders. I mean, our President Shekhar is himself also interested on that. And all people are there, Gulamji also there, so many people are, they will definitely help on that also. We can find partners even in our own country. This is called India. You can find out there also. And if you can really, it is a beneficial program. It gives really service to their funds should not be constraints. Just put it in Facebook media or wherever it is there. You just put it, and you'll definitely get somebody who will come and help. And we have got a lot of NRI friends there outside. Our own people are there, exactly. They can also come and help in this regard. Let us thought on that, because we have got a TRF seminar will be coming up. We'll deal at length these things that day, because our today's main priority was how to prioritize our annual program fund. That is my aim was there today. Thank you, Anjana.
Thank you.
Can I chip in once?
Bijay Agura, yeah.
Yeah, Arindam.
Actually, in our TRF seminar, Ashokda has mentioned about one website where the willing partners are there looking for the partner to implement their project. So for Anjanadi, I can talk to Ashokda and I can find out the website and I can share with you.
Yes, I have seen that he is the one of the active member, showcasing the projects there in that particular website. But I have lost the link. So
I'll get it for you. I'll get it for you and share with you.
Thank you so much.
Ashokda is the International Service Chair, no? So at least we need to be in touch with him.
Yes.
Bijay Agrawal is here. He wants to ask a question. Bijay, go on.
Unmute.
Please unmute.
Myself, President Rotary Club of Siliguri Green. I have a question to ask that our club has always been contributing for the TRF and PHF and all. But then it has been experienced in past also that getting the PHF pins and certificate is a little difficult. So we have raised these concerns. But then we have not yet received the PHF pins. In my opinion, when somebody donates and we in some functions when we gave them those pins and certificates. So we attract the other members to donate for foundation. So we have raised those concerns many times, but then there are few things pending.
Yes.
From the
Bijoy, thank you that updating this one, that this concern is there in the clubs. Definitely, I will take up this matter with the TRF team RISA office. I'll take up this matter, and thank you very much that you have, yes, come with this concern. Definitely, I'll go with that.
Yes, sir.
We should do that, no? Devasis? That somebody, he said that they are getting difficulty in getting pins and certificate for PSF in his club for, last couple of years. Probably you can talk to the TR people, Sakuntala and those there, and we can talk to them, we can get it exactly. It should not be a problem.
Right, sir. Thank you.
DG, actually, I can tell that during the time of Devashish's DGship, in fact, we didn't have any hassle in terms of getting the pins whenever it was contributed. I know that this problem had come once when it was reduced to 300 on, I mean to say 3 or 4 years back. And that has created a kind of a ruckus, a kind of a confusion. But after that, I have not seen that when the matching comes with a 500, this problem didn't come at all.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I think the answer given was rightly said. It was 3-4 years back when I think DG was Dr. Sunil Saraf, I think. So that time we had donated few funds, and the pins are still pending.
That happened with so many other clubs also.
Okay. Yes, sir. So it is already reflecting that we have a PHF member, but then the pins have not been received till now.
Yeah, probably, Bijoy, probably we can do with a 50-50%. So if we see the matching will be there, then it will reflect. Let me get the pins.
Yes, sir, definitely. This year we will do that. Yeah.
Yeah, do that. Done. Thank you.
It needs to be followed up. The only thing is it needs to be followed up. For example, it's Vijay, it's good that you raise this issue. See, in my term, Arindam will also agree, there's only one person whom I have not been in a position to give his pin is Vijay Kothari from Nogang. And can you imagine my mails to South Asia office from 30th of June 2020 till date has not been answered. So it is not that the governors, they don't follow up, governors, they do follow up, but there are times when it is very difficult to somehow or the other, like now that the South Asia office is closed, you do not get them, they do not respond to your mail. We have brought into the notice of the TRF trustee also. So I think Mohan also has to do the same thing, You'll have to follow up. There's no other way but to follow up.
Actually, Dr. Das, it is the concern of the president. Actually, even after understanding everything, when they are being questioned in the club meetings that why their pin has not come, they are in a very awkward situation, and especially when they're outgoing, their life becomes even more miserable. In fact, you will find that this thing has happened with the RLM contributions also. The same problem has happened.
So let's see that we'll follow up the meters on it. Now we'll see that streamline the thing.
Yeah, this time it should not happen. In fact, we
are trying. Yeah, we'll try. Anybody else is there?
Yes, Kiran Kayan is there.
See there, she has already asked, no?
No, Kiran already done.
Okay, you have not lowered them.
Nobody is there.
If
nobody is there, let us, cut sort of meeting exactly.
Yeah, I'll just take I'll take 1 minute and just show that donation thing since it is.
Yeah.
I'll just screen share and show it.
Yeah. Sorry.
So Kiran, you were asking like how to donate. Once you go to the.
One more question I want to ask.
I'm just. Yes. Just check this now first, then you can go to the question. This is the button here, donate. Okay, on the web page. So if you just click on that, you come to this page. You can select whichever one fund you want to donate to. The simple calculation here. Just put everything and you can select what you want to pay to. That's it. Please ask your question.
Before donating.
DG, may I have one question, please? Hello, DG.
Yeah, Samirda, yeah. Kiran also has a question. Go on, Samirda.
What is the matching point for PHF?
50%. There are 50% we have decided. All the, I mean, we had a meeting of the all foundation people, exactly. Devices, all people were there. We have made it at this time is 50%. Suppose
50,
somebody
1:1. 500 is to 500.
500 is to 500. No less than, because if we
If somebody has paid, say somebody has paid $300, then
no, we cannot mix it exactly. That will be there as a RFSM. Yeah, we'll keep it as a RFSM. I'm strict on that because 50%. I'll keep it 50%.
I don't think that is correct, Dada.
No, there's nothing wrong there.
Yeah.
Let me answer this question.
Yeah.
Samir, it's exactly if you have an account in your account, if you have a cumulative account of 300 rupees, $300 in your account, you have a shortfall about the balance of 700. The 700 will be divided by 2. It comes to 350. But we'll be matching only in multiples of 100. So you'll have to donate 400. The district will match 300. Am I clear now?
Yes.
So suppose somebody has paid 400 and he is left with 100. So you will match with 100 only.
No, because 500, if you have paid 400, then we count it for 1,000. 1,400 minus 1,000 is 600. Out of the 600, the person has to pay 300. Remaining 300 balance will be matched by the district.
Samirda, your confusion is you are taking $500 to be the amount for PHF. Actually, the amount for PHF is $1,000. The district matches 500. District matches 500 when you give 500. So now, if say you already have $400 in your account, now if you give 100, that comes to 500. So district is not going to match 500 for that $100.
Yeah.
The district will match $100 with $100 only. So either you give $300, district will match $300 more, and it will become $1,000.
Right.
So the sum total has to come to $1,000.
Yes. Probably Danny or Samida, your questions. Suppose somebody is donating from last couple of years. He has reached a figure of $400 US. Isn't it, Dara? Samida?
Yes.
He has reached a Suppose he has again donated he has made it around another $100 this year. Total he comes, because main focus will be who has given the outright 500 will match it 500. That's one. Suppose somebody has got around we won't take that 500, say 600 he has done. He has given 600 this time. Here community will become a 600. That rest will be there around 400. So we'll match with 200 points and he has to give another 200. That's what I will do.
Okay. I got it.
Yeah, understand. Yeah.
Okay. That is better.
Am I clear?
I think Kiran Khan wanted to ask something. Kiran, are you there?
Can I ask something?
Yeah.
Actually, in case of major donor, one person have already donated $9,000.
Yes.
Now, will he give 1,000 only or something else?
In case of Sansal, probably in a major donor, your money has to be there. There is no matching for major.
No, that is correct. But he has already paid $9,000.
So he has to pay 1,000.
Only 1,000.
Yeah, 1,000.
Yes, that is the catch point, Chanchalda. If you find that some major donor is there in your zone, who has somebody has become PHA plus 7 plus PHA plus 8, that individual can always be contacted and inspired to become major donor by paying $2,000.
I have already sorted out a list. Make a list.
That is the catch
point. Good. Do it.
Yeah, there is a question from Gopal Khemani.
Yeah, Gopal.
Yeah, Gopal, go on. Yeah, please go on. Please unmute and ask the question.
Actually, we were prepared to pay the RI dues, but so far we haven't received any information where to pay, how to pay, when to pay.
It is already there.
We haven't received the SAR till date. Yesterday also I logged into, they haven't prepared because of the probably lockdown, the visa office is closed and some problems are there. As and when it comes, definitely we'll, circulate it. It hasn't come yet.
Sir, it's only a week left.
I don't know exactly because probably if we do not get it from where we can give, that's a problem. No? We have to get it from the visa office. Then only we can circulate. We haven't got it. Our DSG has written a mail to our Jatinder yesterday only, club and district support. He said it is not yet written. Within a day or so, they are, circulating it. That's what.
Okay.
Whenever we get, we'll definitely will give. Right? Definitely.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone? Any more questions?
So,
can I ask you last question? So, while taking up applying for a global bond, hello.
Yeah, go on.
It's actually a lot of disturbances are coming.
Yeah, go on.
While taking up a global grant to involve corporate sector as a partner, how difficult it is? Like, do you need to go for society registration to involve corporate sector? Just wanted to know, clarify that.
Yeah, Anjana, because probably you have to contact Arijit. He has done CSR India Fund. He has done a training. And just contact with me. He'll definitely guide you on that aspect.
Okay, thank you.
Kiran, you still have your raised hand, Kiran.
She's not there probably last year. Anyway,
yeah,
we have come almost to an end.
Yeah, there is just one question from Manju Chandak on chat. She's asking, is it possible for like the members who are multiple PHF to give their say PHF or PHF2 pins to those members who have not yet received their pins from Resolve?
No.
I mean, say I am PHF plus 4 or 5, then can I give my PHF plus 1 or 2 pin to those members in my club who are yet to receive their pins from South Asia office?
Probably, Manju, that we cannot say, we do not encourage also, but this is your personal matters. If you want to get, because if you are going and getting 1 pin, 2 pin and 3, level 3, level 4 pins, there are pins. In my kitty also, there are so many pins. I can give this up to your personal matter. I don't think from the officer, I can say that you can do that. Manju, I'm clear. Am I clear on that? Yeah.
Sir, DG sir, I think we should not encourage this. When the pin becomes only, you should be given. Otherwise, handing over personal pin to somebody is not really good.
Yeah, that is a personal thing. I don't know. I don't go on. Anyway, let us finish the whole meeting. I now request our District Secretary Foundation to give the synopsis of the today's discussion. Please.
Oh, this is a lengthy discussion. Anyway, I thank you very much, DG sir. And we had a very, very lengthy and fruitful discussion. In your opening remark, you have really emphasized about the importance of TRF and focus on annual program fund. And you have given the importance of annual program fund. The program started in 2013-14 and 2019. The status about how the donations have not grown commensurate with the amount of global grants we have received in the district. After having said so, many have raised, you have in fact explained about the need for strengthening the APF donation and all that. In fact, I will not go into details, but many have started. Then the second point is our PDG Devasis has elaborated very well. I must appreciate DG past District Governor Devasis has clarified so well, and it was quite an encouraging appeal on behalf of the DG to all the members, especially the AGs and the presidents, that take this message to your club members and tell them how we need to build up $26.5 each plus encourage them to become PHF, multiple PHF, even PHS. And all that has been very, very, very elaborately said by our PDG Devasis. And he has also elaborated so well about the money what you have as of today in the year 21-22. Only 55.9, 915, say about $56,000. And DG has only $23,000.
Yes.
What the situation so difficult would be to share, to give the global district grants. So these are difficulties we'll be facing. So therefore, he is insisting that everybody should concentrate or focus on annual program fund. And also the most important part is all the 99 clubs should become EREY clubs. In addition to that, some members have raised people who have donated PHF, they still need to donate 26.5. So members have answered that once person has donated $500 or $1,000, it is no more required to give 26.5. Then on the various issues discussed about the 3240, that has been very well clarified, which is again from PDG Devasi said 3240 is our own foundation for which the DG for the first time in the history of District 3240 has earmarked 100 rupees from each and every Rotarian. Say about 3,300 Rotarians will be donating about 3.5 lakhs in the year 21-22 for the district foundation. And in addition to that, any member wishes to donate after completing the $26.5 APF priority, he or she can continue to donate to our district fund. So also is applicable in the polio fund, but our priority remains as APF contribution in TRF. There are other clarifications members wanted to know, perhaps about the matching. I believe matching has been very well explained by our DG, about 50-50 so far. And in case if there's balance again, that will be 50-50, also not in multiples of 100, not in 50 or in fractions. And of course, besides the focus of the APF, members have asked about the global grant, the website, and so on and so forth. For which DG has given the right PDG's names to be contacted, and they will be able to guide. I think these are the few in nutshell about the proceedings about today's meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, District Secretary Council. And Dr. Devasis, you want to share something? Dr. Devasis? No. Finished? Okay, okay.
There was just the DG, sir, that at a question thaki gol chat from Indira Gogoi Golagol. Should we ask? Yeah. I think Devasis can take it there. What do we do when members don't get motivated to contribute?
This is something very difficult, you know. This is something which all of us we try to motivate. It has to come from within yourself only. No one will be in a better position to motivate himself or herself. The person himself or herself has to be motivated on his or her own, because it's difficult, you know, like how much will you go on motivating? As I said, 20%, just imagine 20% of the people, we see a large figure at the end of the year, but it is only a handful who have given. Ilangbam is there who has given so much, this one has given this much, you have contributed and ultimately bringing up like this, but not everyone. If we do not feel that we as Rotarians, we need to contribute to the foundation, who else will do for us? Just tell me. But you know, like but it is ultimately your choice. It's very difficult. I do not know how to motivate, you know, like sometimes we have been telling it that like for projects also they would give. They would say that if we do a local project, we would give, but we'll not give to the foundation. So these are issues which will always be there. I think we'll have a separate session for that, how to motivate.
Yes. TRF seminar is basically that only.
Can I just?
I think the main thing is once someone understands what the foundation is and how it functions, then the person usually gets
yes.
Can I say something?
Kiran is
there.
Sir,
regarding the...
Sir, I will tell how I am motivating my members. I wear all the badges, whatever I have got, PHF, then Major Donor, and I go in all the meetings. When they see my badges, they ask me how you got all these badges. I told you pay, you will get it.
Oh wow, that's good. Wonderful idea.
I want to add something. Can I add something?
Yes, Commissioner, go on.
Denny, I want to say one thing. It's interesting. To our friend Indira, we must only narrate your story. People who have donated in your club, tell them the story about what they do, and when they donate, how they feel. Perhaps that will be a very good stimulus for them to get motivated.
Yes, Dr. Elamam, that is the answer. Probably we have to educate our members. As a president, you can do that. If you can educate and you can make them realize that they are doing, TRF is doing good on the wall. If you can make them realize, then everybody will come with that. Simply, we are failing in that probably. Am I correct, PDG Devasis? We are failing on that. If we can motivate that, this is our own foundation. We are a part of the foundations. We are doing good. If we realize that, all Rotarians, then everybody will come and donate. No problem on that.
Yes, actually, I have tried that. I have showed the way that we can. We can contribute. That I tried on my own. I tried to show the way by donating in the name of my fellow Rotarians on their birthdays and as anniversaries. But still, I have failed, to motivate them. I don't know what steps I should take now.
No, that's what.
Every year I do that.
This is what, Indira, this is what I'm saying, because it has to come from within. Yeah. We have members in our club. Rotary Club of Shillong is such a prestigious, like an old club. When I see the when I see the recognition summary of my members, sorry to say that the members who are 25, who are more than 25 years, their contribution is $1,000. How do I motivate them? They're such senior ones. They have seen that, okay, fine, Dr. Langbam has done this, Debashish has done all these, but down the line, they also have a responsibility. How do we motivate those 25 years old Rotarians who are there in the club? So unless and until we from within ourselves, we feel that, yes, it is our foundation, we need to contribute. I don't think anything else will be anything else will be needed, to motivate. You are motivating all of your members, but see the outcome. But we should not leave it. I think a day might come that someday someone will be motivated. So we just take it that way forward. That let us go on pushing. There's no way out.
Yes.
I want to add to this. Someday someone will get motivated. If, for example, my birthday was today, but I got motivated after 2 months. So why can't we ask member whenever they get motivated, they can not exactly on the date of their birthday, but for their birthdays and anniversary, they can contribute in any time of the year. Is it possible?
Why not? Right? Yeah. Why not? Anytime you can.
Anytime you can go that way कि तुम्हारा जब मन चाहे तुम 26 point
मेरा बर्थडे
$5 तुम कर सकते हो. ये जरूरी नहीं है कि तुम उसी दिन ही करो.
That is it.
Madam, happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
madam.
Happy birthday.
It's not my birthday. It was just an example.
It's not. She was giving an example.
It was just an example.
Yeah.
तो हम ऐसे भी मोटिवेट कर सकते हैं कि जिस दिन आपको अच्छा लग रहा है, आप उस दिन मतलब जिस दिन आप उसके लिए मोटिवेटेड हो जाते हो, उस दिन आप कंट्रीब्यूट कर दो.
हम लोग हर दिन भी मना सकते हैं ना.
हर दिन
मना सकते हैं ना. क्या होगा? ओके ना.
In the name of birthday and anniversary, we can.
ठीक है.
May I say something? Actually, yes.
My name is Regina, and I'm the secretary of the Rotary Club of Darjeeling, Himalayas, and I do have a question. So we are a fairly new club. We are just like about 5 to 6 months old, and we have an average age of 31 in the club, and most of them are just getting started and making their careers. So what can I do as the secretary and the president-elect of the club to pass on this message that we discussed with effectiveness?
Thank you, Regina. I said a new entrance to our district 3240. The morning shows the day. Since you have taken the interest, and you can probably take this message, whatever we have discussed today, and you discuss with your members, and we say we have got this time created a share. It's called mentoring and support to the new club. Past district governor Dr. Subhasis will be there. He'll be mentoring and supporting the newer clubs, whoever they are joined. Started last year. So we have got a district here, and we are there as a district command leaders. All past district governors. You have got Udayamani is there, and then others are all Pisuda there, Salilda there. You can catch all of them exactly. On that day, and I congratulate that you are taking the lead of the very new club. Let's study. You get a lot of materials come up in the website also. You go and log into the My Rotary. There is a host of information. Around 3-4 years back when I took over I was selected as a district governor nominee. There I was started reading because my professional as a busy, I don't know exactly, I was busy with my own things and that's it. I didn't get time. When I started reading and going to the My Rotary, it opens up everything. And PDG Devasis also will agree to me too. Whenever we just go to encourage all members visit and register My Rotary, and you'll get a lot of information. There is a learning and development, what not, what is there is not there in that website. Exactly, that's a way quickly. And especially one probably thing I always read, whenever I get Rotary news. This is probably one of the best ever magazine I get. I do not keep it. From my days of joining Rotary, I read that thoroughly. I make it a point. I read that Rotary news. I encourage all my Rotary friends, please read that Rotary news. It's a wonderful magazine. You get a host of information. A few days back, I had that Ikigai or Wabi Sabi. Those things were there in that year. I got it in those Rotary news. Those are very, very good articles. It encompasses so many things. Now, all aspect of life, Rotary also, you can go on and study. And my point, Regina, please, you got the Rotary news, please study that. There are books also. Nowadays, one is called Know Your Rotary. Next edition is coming up. Next edition is coming up recently. They have asked for it. And this is a very good book. And when I had joined Rotary in 2001, I studied 2 books. One is for Saturday Evening Rotary, written by Dr. Bias. He is a pediatrician. As the governor, he read that. So precise, everything there. Know Your Rotary, just go through. That is a very, very good. You can definitely give so many ideas about Rotary. And really, very good. And I request Regina, please request your members. Let's study Rotary. If you know Rotary, then only you love Rotary. Then definitely to love into Rotary. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Devasis, you want to say something?
I just wanted to mention it to Regina. Mohan has already explained what books to read and all. But if you get a feeling of what Rotary does, that would also interest you more. You know, like how many, do you visit Siliguri in the, frequently or something? Do you visit Siliguri?
Not ever since the lockdown, but yes, I do.
Okay. So like whenever you all have time, your young brigade can come down to Siliguri, see the Rotary Blood Bank in Siliguri. Once you see a project of that magnitude, which the Rotary Foundation, because we talked about the Rotary Foundation today, if you see the Rotary Blood Bank in Siliguri, which is named after Paul Harris, it's the Paul Harris Rotary Blood Bank in Siliguri, see what the foundation has done. We have spent in crores of rupees to make that state-of-the-art blood bank. That will interest you. Then only you'll realize, yes, this is our Rotary, this is our foundation, which has done so much for the society. That will interest you, you know, like besides the book, you get a feel of what it is all about.
Yes, yes, I agree. So I was an interactor and a rotaractor before I joined Rotary. So I am not unknown to, you know, the work that we've done. However, my team, some of the members that we have on board are not fully aware of. So I really want to show them, you know, what our accomplishments have been. So, you know, so basically, yeah, like what you suggested is a very great idea. Someday when we come down to Siliguri, I will definitely pay a visit along with my members to the bank, blood bank.
Yes, yes. That's right. So if there is nothing left in the agenda, if there is nothing more in the agenda, we can adjourn the meeting. Is that it?
Yes.
Yeah.
May I take an opportunity?
Yeah.
Sir, myself, Santosh Susanjan Tamuli from Jorhat.
Yes. Yes.
May I take an opportunity in this big platform? Sir?
Yeah, go on, Santosh. Go on.
Actually, tomorrow we have a zonal meeting. I mean, zonal seminar on Know Your Numbers.
Yes.
So we have already informed all the presidents. And if any other people like to join in this seminar, yeah, all are welcome. And definitely we will provide a certificate, one who will be participating in this organization, in this seminar. So that is my honest request to all of the present over here. And hopefully Danny and other people will definitely help us in this regard. If our AG will say a few words about this seminar, I will be grateful. Shivsagar branch and Jorhat, Shivsagar Rotary Club and Jorhat Rotary Club.
Yes, Santosh, I am really aware of this. Dr. Sayer, District Sayer, Ripun has already contacted me 2 or 3 times today. I'll definitely join. This is the thing of the days where we have to concern ourselves. Know your numbers. This is a campaign I like to take per district. And I am thanking that you have started in a zonal level, because by knowing certain things, you can have your idea about your health, your height, weight, blood pressure, and blood sugar. There are 4 things with a very small amount of investment. You can do it. Make it a point to have some certificates to the participants, not us exactly, who are there, who are coming as a year. Let us start with ourselves in the Rotarians first, then we'll go to the schools, then we'll go to the community. If we can do that, it will be really a wonderful project in the days to come, because India has become diabetic capital of the world. We are contributing around 62% of the diabetics all over the world. This is an explosion. So we have to know our numbers. Hypertension, kidney disease, whatnot. These are the exactly and the major killers in our country now. So let us, if we can, that will be a very, very good thing you have started. Zonal level, we'll take it to the district level also, definitely. I'll be there tomorrow. And I request all Rotarians, whoever they will share the link and join together, give and let us, at least as a Rotarian, know our numbers. That's all. Thank you, Santosh. You have said that. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
And now, nothing is there. I thank everybody.